SVP is mixing things up, and digital TV, it'll never be the same.
SVP TV, we're family. We're gonna make you fall in love with SVP.
Download the SVP app today on Roku, Apple, and Fire TV. Watch us. You know why?
We're gonna make you fall in love with SVP TV.
Towanna Murphy Show, that's what's up.
That's what's up. Towanna Murphy Show. That's what's up. Towanna Murphy Show.
That's what's up. The Towanna Murphy Show.
In the last 4 years, you've seen the true colors of everybody that didn't like us. So I'm not gonna say names right now, but only thing I'm gonna say is you better hope your ass don't get in trouble, and you need Murphy to get you out of it.
That's what's up. The Towanna Murphy Show. When you got to tune in, want the real in your host. What's going on, man? She knows the most. Memphis and Mid-South, tune in, cause the diva is on.
That's what's
And
up.
good evening. You're watching the Towanna Murphy Show right here on SVP TV, Comcast 31, Comcast 17. You can also watch this show on Roku, Apple TV, Amazon Prime, On Demand, YouTube, and Facebook Live. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Happy Wednesday to everybody. We are almost at the end. In fact, no, we are not almost at the end of August. We are at the end of August. And I have another amazing show for you. Of course, Monday's show was off the chain. And guess what? Tonight's show going to be off the chain too. But we're going to talk about that in a little bit. But I wanted to tell everybody and remind the saints that MLG and robbery will be turning off people lights on Monday, August 29th. On the 29th, which is my son's birthday, they will be turning off the lights. If you have not made payments on your light bill, they will be turning you off as of Monday. They gave you an extension all of August. They was not going to turn your lights off, so they gave you an opportunity to catch up your light bill. So if you did not catch up your light bill, I suggest you do so, because Monday, you're getting the click. Monday, if you have not paid anything, they are getting ready to click you off. So for everybody that's watching this show, go and pay your MLG and robbery bill. I know it's high. Everybody's bills is high. Mine's is high. I know that. But you got to pay your bill. You got to pay your bill. I said Monday that our MLG and robbery bill as of the 1st of September going to be $45,924,002.36 and a few more changes. But y'all going to owe a whole lot of money. So I was going to say that again today. Pay your bill, because Monday on the 29th, it is a wrap. So please go pay your bill. Put some money down on your MLG and robbery bill. It is high, but they gave you an opportunity throughout the summer to pay that. So I suggest that you go ahead and take care of your MLG and robbery bill. And more news on the Towanna Murphy Show. Y'all know I've been talking about somebody, right? As soon as I say that, y'all know I'm finna talk about somebody. Let me tell y'all a story. Everybody knows George Dempsey Summers. George Dempsey Summers ran for Register of Deeds. Okay? George ran an amazing campaign. I was his campaign manager. We ran an amazing campaign. Although we were cheated out of that election, we still ran an amazing campaign. George made his money off of setting up signs. If anybody know George, George can put up some signs. He was putting up a lot of the candidate signs, putting them up in different locations, and they paid him for them, and it came through me. Some of them came through me, some of them came through George. So Kathy Anderson, attorney Kathy Anderson, who was running for Division 10, I think that was domestic violence court. She called George, and she asked George to put a signs up. George said, "I'm going to talk to my campaign manager, and we'll set it up." Well, she said, well, we can go ahead and set it up now. So she talked to George about it, but she never came to me for it. But I still asked her about it, and she said, yeah, George is going to do my signs. So I'm figuring she did like everybody else with George. She gave George his money up front. Everybody that George put their signs up gave them a check up front. He had a $200 deposit, and it was $795. So they gave him $1,000. Most of the people's signs that George put up, they didn't even ask for the $200 deposit back. They just gave him the whole $1,000 because they wanted him to take the signs down and dispose of the signs, which George did for all of his candidates. And he had about 11 candidates that he put their signs up. George was working to 3, 4 in the morning, putting up signs for all of the candidates that paid him to put signs up and take them down. That's what George did for them. And he worked to 3 in the morning, despite the fact that he had to be at work at 7:30 in the morning. He still did his job for every candidate, and every candidate got quality work out of George. Kathy Anderson, attorney Kathy Anderson, of course, she works for the courts down here. What is it? I forgot. She's a lawyer. Oh God, it's on the tip of my tongue, and I can't say it. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Public defender. She's a public defender downtown, and she ordered for George to take his signs, put her signs down, pick them up, put them in different spots. She ordered George to do that. She paid George a deposit. Let me put that out there. She paid George a deposit, but she didn't pay George the $795 that she was supposed to pay him. Here's what she did. First off, when George went and picked up the signs, he had to wait. This is in the beginning of the election. He had to wait in order to get Kathy Anderson's signs because she hadn't paid no money to them people to get them fresh off the printer. So George had to wait. That was sign number 1 to George. Like I told George, that was sign number 1 when she didn't pay them to get the stuff off the printer. That was sign number 1 that she don't like to pay nobody. But George gave her the benefit of the doubt. He did. He told her, okay, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to help you out. Just make sure I get my check. Now, the first check that he was supposed to get, she said that Norma Lester had the check because Norma Lester at the time was supposed to be, allegedly supposed to be, her treasurer. She said Norma Lester had George check. That's what she told me and George. George was supposed to pick it up. But Kathy gave George the runaround about picking up this check that Norma Lester was supposed to have for him. Then she turned around and said it was the wrong name on the check. So then he couldn't get the check again because there was a wrong name on the check that Kathy Anderson told George. Remind you, she's an attorney, public defender. So then she turned around and told George, well, I got the check. I'm going to give you the check. Meet me to get the check. George said, okay. So throughout the whole campaign, Kathy was giving George the runaround about his money. Back and forth, back and forth. I got the check here. Pick it up here. I got the check here. Norma Lester got the check. Somebody got the check. Always somebody got the check. Wrong name on the check. She was just giving him all these excuses. So I told George, I said, she's giving you a lot of excuses. And he hate when I say this because he got mad at me earlier when I said it. I said, George, didn't I tell you to get your money from her first? Because I didn't trust her to get your money. So George said, you ain't have to remind me. You ain't have to keep reminding me that you told me. Yeah, I told him because I didn't trust her. So lately, for the last few days, we've been going back and forth with Kathy about this money. Here we go again. Back and forth with Kathy. Back and forth with Kathy about this money. Back and forth. So she gets smart with me today. She tells me, now you talk to the wrong person. She tells me today, Towanna, don't come for me unless I send for you. Big old side. Did she just tell me don't come for me unless I send for you? So guess what I did? I sent her one back. I said, you don't got to send for me because I'm coming for you. I'm George's campaign manager. Everything comes to me. So that means I'm coming for you, Kathy Anderson. I'm not going to disrespect you, but I am going to read you your rights. You were wrong, and Kathy Anderson do not like to pay people their money. George worked diligently for her. And she had the nerve to get disrespectful. Then told him, where's my $200 deposit? Out of all these judges and all these campaign people that was running for office, you want your $200 deposit back? Remind you, she told George, I'm telling y'all the story now. She told George, to bring her signs to her home, bring her deposit, and she'll meet him there. So George drives over to Kathy Anderson's house with her signs. She's the only candidate that wants her signs back. So she goes in with that and says, wow, ooh. Uh-oh. I think something just happened and I wasn't ready for this. Something just happened. I wasn't ready for it. I'm telling y'all that I wasn't ready for it. But let me finish telling y'all. So George sits at Kathy's house for 2 hours waiting on Kathy. Kathy never shows up. He has her $200 deposit with him and her signs. So he takes all them signs out because remind you, George still got 3 other candidates that he has to get these signs down within 24 to 48 hours because the race is over. You only got 48 hours to get them down. So he gets them all down, okay? But he got Kathy's. So Kathy, he puts hers in her yard, puts some on top of it, and there it is. So Kathy didn't give him the money that he was supposed to give him. She didn't give him his money, and she owes him his money. So if anybody has done business with Kathy, just know that Kathy owes George money, and she don't want to pay him. Now, she didn't disclose all of her financial information. So if she didn't disclose all of her campaign information and she didn't pay George, you know that's a fine and she can get in trouble for that. So I just wanted to make sure I did that and I told y'all what was going on because my guest is now here in the building. So I have to go to commercial break and bring my guest on. But I'll tell y'all the rest of the story later. Listen, you're listening to the Towanna Murphy Show right here on SVP TV, Comcast 31, Comcast 17. You can also watch this show on Roku, Apple TV, on demand, YouTube, and Facebook Live. Remember, news is news. Facts are facts. Miss Ruby sung the blues, and Towanna gonna bring you the news. I'll be right back right after this.
Hey folks, it's Issa Haddad here. I got some good news and a special invitation for you to come see me here at Sunrise Collierville. Come on down, check out my inventory with new pre-owned and certified vehicles to choose from. I can get you financed when no one else can. Come on by, bring your family. I treat you like family. Come see me, Issa, here at the #1 dealership in the Mid-South, 4605 Houston Levy Road, Sunrise Collierville. Come on down, check out my inventory with hundreds of vehicles to choose from, pre-owned, new, and certified.
Good news from Sunrise Chevrolet. Get in your new vehicle today. Come on in, ask for Issa. Bankrupt, slow pay, bad credit, it's okay. Let Issa put you in your brand new truck or car today when you shop at Sunrise Chevrolet Collierville.
And don't forget, ask for me, Issa.
For over 20 years, OPOX has been keeping the Mid-South
warm in the winter and cool in the summer.
OPOX is family owned and operated, so our family will take care of yours every step of the way. And right now you can double up and save. Buy a new AC unit and get 50% off a new furnace to match it. Count on OPOX for fast and professional heating and cooling services. Count on OPOX.
SVP, SVP TV, we're family for all your needs. SVP, SVP TV, we're family. We're gonna make you fall in love with SVP. We're gonna make you fall in love with SVP TV. SVP, SVP TV.
Looking for something new? Who thought so? SVP is mixing things screens up and digital TV, it'll never be the same.
SVP, we're family. We're gonna make you fall in love. SVP.
Download the SVP app today on Roku, Apple, and